Hi, it's me. So I just thought today was a great day to make this shrimp salad. And I don't know, my husband was busy craving for something. And so I was like, what are we going to have for lunch? Well, it's past lunch for us now. We've eaten something. But the idea of doing this shrimp salad was really interesting. I think I got a pretty good recipe that you might like. If you have any suggestions or things you think that you would like me to make, please drop it in the comments, because I have a lot of ideas and different recipes that will suit healthy, low carb eating, but I don't know everything. So today, once we prepare the shrimp salad, we're going to have the shrimp salad on. This is going to appear reversed. Hi, Ruby T. How are you? Thank you. And share the live. Guess what? I just started my YouTube channel. I got real brave. I've had a YouTube channel, but it was mostly focusing on my workouts. But the other day, I went and started a YouTube channel for the food, and it's called Eat Healthy and Live Happy. So check me out on YouTube. It's not fancy. It's the same video that you see here. I don't know all that fancy stuff, but as I go along, I'll learn. So right now, I'm showing the Mission Low Carb, or they call them Carb Balance. These are tortillas. And I don't really do like white flour. This is one of my exceptions. I honestly don't mess with white flour, but this is one of my exceptions, and I'm going to look at the package. If you're not aware of these, they're very good. They're tasty. I don't know. So now the ingredients in this is wheat starch, and it does have enriched bleached flour. Wheat flour, thiamine. It's got the regular stuff they use for bread, wheat gluten. So this wouldn't be a gluten-free item. If you're gluten-free, these wouldn't work for you. Whoever it is, okay? But it does have wheat gluten. And it has the, let's see, what did I leave off? Vegetable shortening. Baking soda, some salt. The sodium is 320 milligrams for one tortilla. All right. And the calories is only 70 for one tortilla. And you have 19 grams of carbs. But what makes it low carb is because you subtract your fiber. So it's 15 grams of fiber, which makes these 4 grams of net carbs. As it says here on the bag, it's 4 grams. And they're high fiber, only 70 calories. So it's sweetened with sucralose. So if you're not interested in that, that's another item on here. I don't get nitpicky about all of that because I know that I don't eat this every day. I eat this maybe once a week, every other week. Sometimes I get, like, I want a snack, and I'm going to show how you can actually air fry these and turn them into chips. A lot of people already know about that because I've been seeing that on YouTube. On Facebook. There's a keto group, and they talk about that. But I was doing that before, so I kind of like that because I don't eat like I don't eat tortilla chips out the bag, any of that. So that's a treat. Basically, it's a little, kind of like a little light treat, and you can dip those. You can cut them in triangles, make them in chips, put them in the air fryer. You could throw a little bit of oil on them if you want. You don't have to. And make them into chips that you can dip for various things. Tuna salad. You can use them to eat chicken salad, shrimp salad. If you just want to have some salsa, things like that. Okay, so what I have here is a bowl of, these are pink shrimps. They're already cooked. I didn't cook them. They came like this. And I love these. They do have the shell and the tail on them. So I'm going to de-shell a few of them. Enough to make the salad. So I'm going to pull this camera up so it can be tilted down at my bowl. Hopefully you can see that. Let me see. Yeah. So basically, everybody knows how to do this. But anyway, I'm going to do it here because they were defrosting. So it's going to take what I think we might need for the, let me use this bowl. What I think we might need for the salad. Probably, since there's 4 of us, probably eat most of these. Some of these don't make it because I eat them as I go along. And then here I do have, I don't want cross-contamination because I do have some vegetables here. So I'm trying to keep the shells in the bowl. I get a little sloppy and start throwing stuff, but it's okay. We got celery going in there. We got some cilantro. We got some lemon, some onion. And then we have a little peppers, a little bit of peppers. And I'll show you some of the other seasonings that I'm going to use. And it really kicks up nice. And we'll prepare it quick. It's not a hard dish. It doesn't take that long. And see, what happened is I usually will put the food together and then just post it like on Facebook story. But people saying, well, how did you make that? Or what's the recipe? So that's why I decided, well, let me share what some of the stuff I know. And then if you have a better recipe or some ingredients you would have liked to see in it, comment below. I love to learn from other people as well because I don't know all the tricks. I know just what I know and have looked up or have tasted from someone else. So basically they're like this, and you can, everybody knows these right here, you can just go ahead on and eat them just like that. You can throw them on top of a salad. These are great. I usually used to always buy the uncooked shrimp, but I'm not into that no more. For some reason, I would prefer to have these because even like if I'm making a dish, it's going to be hot. You get all your flavors incorporated into your dish. Say like you making shrimp, what is it, Tender? Like a shrimp parmesan. Mm-hmm. You can get your parmesan sauce the way you're going to make it. And then once you get all the flavors in, you go ahead on and add the shrimps for like 2 minutes. They're already cooked. So you just want to get the shrimps in there. And a good thing you can do too, if you're making shrimp parmesan, is you could de-shell these shrimps before you make your parmesan, and you can boil them. And when you boil the shrimp, then you get that shrimp flavor in the water. Huh?
I'm sorry.
What they call that? When you put the shrimp flavor in the water. The shrimp shells and you boil it.
Oh, you making a shrimp stock.
Shrimp stock. So you will have a stock. And you can use that because they're still pretty shrimpy. Even though they cook, you still got a lot of flavor in the shell. They didn't de-shell them. They didn't take it away from the shrimp. So you can take that shell off of there and make a stock out of it. And use that in your parmesan as opposed to chicken stock. If you want a nice, stronger shrimp flavor. Because these wouldn't be in the shrimp. This wouldn't be in the hot dish no more than, you know, at 2 or 3 minutes. So at the end of your dish, you'll be putting these in there. You might not get as much shrimp flavor as you want. So, and this is that simple. I just go ahead on and pull it off. It's a little, sometimes easier than others, but just make sure that you get all of the shell off of there. And then you can begin to chop them up. So I don't leave them whole. I go ahead on and chop them. This is a little bit more than what we actually need. But then I say that, but then not really, because we make it and then you go back and, you know, it's gone. If you don't have it all made, they're like, there's no more of that. So, not quite a few. Ted, you need to come help me. I'm going to start chopping them up in a minute. I know I got to eat one, y'all. I just got to eat one. Make sure they fresh. They're very good. They have a nice, sweet, a little sweet flavor to them. Not too sweet, but they don't. That's why I'm full with the uncooked ones. The raw shrimp have their place. Certain dishes you making. But I like these because they nice and sweet. Sometimes you take a chance with the other ones. They may have a nice flavor. They may not. And then that's that extra step. You got to cook them. And I'm lazy. I don't be wanting to do all that. Yeah, so who's on? Travis. Hi, Travis. How are you? Hope all is well in your world. Today, I'm making a shrimp salad. Share the live, please. I would sure love it if you did that. And I was telling my guest on here that I started my YouTube channel for food. I had a YouTube channel. I already have one, but it's mostly my workout videos. But I started my YouTube channel the other day. It's called Eat Well and Live Happy. And that's the truth. I didn't really have to go far in my spirit to come up with that. And also, I forgot, we're going to pray. I meant to do that when people get on. Then we could pray together. But I didn't have to go far to find that name because it actually goes together. When you eat well, you feel better. And so you'll live happier. Hi, Candy. How are you? I'm trying to see without my readers. You know how I do at Zumba. I'll be putting them glasses on. But I think I see your name up there. Hope all is well in your world. So I'm making a shrimp salad. So what I did was while waiting for people to come on, I just decided I'll go ahead on and peel them. Sometimes I do this off camera, but it's interesting. You know, everybody don't fool with shrimp in different ways, so they may not know. I think most people know how to peel shrimp, but it's all good. There you go. These are already, these are pink shrimp. And they come like that, cooked already. And they have a nice, succulent, sweet flavor. And so it's like 4 of us, so it's going to be a nice size. Oops, I dropped that one. So I'm just making sure that the shells and the tails and stuff is all. I think I got them all. Oh, here's 2 more. You don't want to throw them out. And I ate one already. See, some of them don't make it to the salad. I moved the camera up so you can see me in a minute, but so it gets boring in a second watching me peel these shrimp. But it didn't take that long. So I'm going to pray in a second just so that everybody is, I want you all to be blessed. I'm blessed, you blessed, we blessed. And every day, almost, I won't say every day, but quite often now we're hearing from friends and we're hearing from family members. Some of us, hey y'all. Hi, I'm gonna wave at you, Candy. Quite often, more than what I was used to, and I don't know if it's due to, it's the times we living in and things like that, where someone will say, oh, you know, another family member's either done passed away or is about to. So I just got a conversation with a friend of mine, and her mother is 93 years old. And she's not with her mom. Her mom's in the South. She's in the North. So I had said to her, she and I have been friends for over 20 years. We have 2 children. She has a daughter, and I have my oldest son, and they are around the same age. They're several months apart. So we're good friends, and they're 30 years old. So we've known each other actually 30 years. So I'm different now. Since my mother passed me before, I was like, death, no, don't come near here. You know, no one wants death to come near their dwelling. But when people start aging and different things, sometimes, you know, we just have to face that. Even younger people, it's nothing to do with age anymore. It's just, that's what's happening. So, her mother's 93 years old, and I just want to include her mother in this prayer. So, Father, I just want to thank you for each and every person who have taken their time to spend today with me while I prepare what I believe will be a very satisfying and nourishing and interesting dish. Father, let it come together and be good so that if they tried, they will say, yes, they enjoyed it too. Father, we have our loved ones on our mind every day, thanking you in advance for their well-being, their safety, and their health. And right now I have my friend's mama on my heart, Father God. And I just pray your will be done. This woman is 93 years old, God. So I just thank you right now that you give the family peace and comfort. And they say she's not eating and things like that. So, Father, I ask that your will be done, that you would give her peace and comfort to continue along according to what you would have happen, Father God. Sometimes we want something to go this way or that way. But God, at the end of the day, it's your will be done. And I just thank you for just this time. In Jesus' name, amen. So as we do that, and we can move on in faith, knowing that if his will is done, it's perfect. It's a perfect will. So I have the shrimps all nicely, I'm going to tip this, all nicely peeled. Now, the next step is that I'm going to make a little bit of room on this cutting board. And I'm just going to, and that's up to you. If you wanted your shrimps whole, you could do that. But I'm going to just put them in a couple of pieces. And my hands are always washed. They stay in water. That's why they shrivel up. I don't wear gloves for my own food unless I'm mixing. Not that you question that, but if anyone did, that's what I'll tell them. Now, if I'm going to mix up a dough or something, I don't want all that under my nails. So I'm going to put on gloves. But this is going in my stomach. My hands are clean, and I don't need gloves. And my family's been eating my food for, many years. So therefore, no one has gotten sick. So I think we good. And I cut my nails earlier because one of them broke during the workout. Candy, how's the workout? Have you been to Zumba? Did you go to, today is Tuesday. And I think, didn't Christina teach at, I know she's teaching over there at Crunch, I think tonight. Did she teach at Crunch last night? No, she was at East Porter last night. Did you go? Because I wanted to go. Hey, Lenora. Thanks for tuning in, Lenora. Please share the live. I appreciate it. And Lenora, I started a YouTube channel, and it's called Eat Good and Live Happy. Eat well. I'm sorry. Eat well, live happy. So I got to keep practicing that so I don't mess it up. When I tell people the name, I go around saying something else and they looking for the wrong one. It's Eat Well, Live Happy. Please go on over there and subscribe, because when I have my subscribers, things will get better. It'll get fancy. I'll be able to do a lot more. And right now, I'm enjoying this. I put it off for so long because I didn't know, I said, well, we'll try it one day. Well, here's the day. This is the day. So now we got these shrimps and they almost all chopped up. And like I said, this is a personal choice. I don't want big pieces of shrimp in my salad. So, and we're going to be, for those of you who just tuned in, we're going to be using the Mission Low Carb, or it's called Carb Balance Tortillas. It's the only time I fool around with flour or anything. And I'll eat that because, I eat those. Maybe I think I was getting addicted to them at one time, but I've slowed down. I maybe eat them once a week, sometimes every other week. And I have to watch that because I buy the double pack at Sam's. And then, if you're not eating them, you got to throw them in the freezer. And they freeze really nice and you can defrost really well. So it's not a waste and it's a savings. And they're low carb. So one is only 4 net grams of carbs, 70 calories. And I generally tend to eat 2 of them. Because that's, today I boxed. I went to boxing this morning. And from there, that was like 30 minutes. And it was very intense today. And then from there, straight into CrossFit. So I think I can get away with 2 of them. And so I intend to share with you all some of the other things that I do to nourish, who is that? To have the type of food that I eat after a workout and the things that I do. It's just what I do. It's not necessarily going to work for everybody, but it has been working for me. We'll talk about this. I'm going to show you a product. And none of these people endorsing a thing, but I just want to share with the community because I knew about this for many years. Oh, you love shrimp tacos with low carb tortillas. Yeah, that's what I'm making. It's basically shrimp salad with the low carb tortillas. So you can put it into a wrap. I like to take the tortillas and make them into triangles and sit them in the air fryer with maybe I might put a little bit of sprinkle of oil and a little bit of sea salt. I might not. But then I take the salad and I put I'll show you at the end. I put it all around the salad, the little triangles. And some people want to wrap. It depends. But I wanted to go over this another time. If you happen to shop in any health food stores like Chamberlain's, I get this from Vitamin Shop. Check it out or look it up online. It's called Green Vibrance. And this is one of the things that I use. And I've noticed that it really does curb the appetite. Okay, so back to my cutting board and all my delightful little colors here. I didn't pre-chop anything, so I thought I would do it on the live. Okay, so I'm going to now wash this knife off. So we got all my shrimp stuff on it. And rinse it off. Which is all going to be mixed up together anyway. But anyway, you know, some people are like, oh, she didn't wash the knife. Oh. But anyway, it's all good. But I do think that you should wash the knife. So this is the celery. Now, I use organic celery. I don't know if any, and I like to chop stuff. I have a nice food processor sitting right next to me, but when I want it this small, this tiny, I gotta do it myself. And this is, like I said, a stalk of organic celery. Organic celery usually, always, is more fragrant, more tasty than non-organic celery. It costs a few cents more, but I prefer it. Because I remember when I did a lot of juicing, that's the only celery I could use. And when you juice, you have to choose. It's advisable to choose organic products. And I found out that organic does not necessarily mean pesticide free. It just may mean that it's not as heavily sprayed. But most of the stuff that I put in my juice was, I guess, as pesticides free as you're going to get. So anyway, I'm going to continue to chop the celery until it's really nice and small. Because that's what I really like. You don't want to have it standing out. You want the flavor from it. And when it's nice and tiny, that's when I feel like, okay, we can go with that. I could have just opted out and used celery seed, but I have, if I don't have organic celery in the house, then I will go ahead and, oh, you can smell it from here. It's so fragrant. And that's only one stalk. And like for Thanksgiving and stuff, I refuse to use anything else in my stuffing. I won't. I've come across here and there, you get a nice stalk of non-organic. It's fragrant, but it's usually dead. It's usually dead. This has a peppery taste to it and a nice kicked up aroma. How you like that? That looks small enough. So, and this is only one stalk. You know, one little small stalk of celery. And it's very fragrant. I love that. Okay, so I had some tops from some of my colorful peppers. Because, you know, I don't throw those away. I cut the pepper up, but I save my tops. And it goes well in a salad like this. So I have orange. I don't have any red on me right now, but I have orange. And I have a piece of green. Let me see. I'm going to use this one that I cut. They are nicely washed. And the bodies of them was used for something else, you know. So that should do it. I'm not an expert at no type of way of chopping. I just make sure I don't cut myself. That's the main thing. I don't care about the rest of how to, as long as I don't cut myself, we good. I did a lot of chopping of vegetables and items on my food truck. Because I made different things that you had to have this type of stuff. So you guys share the live. That would just, so other people can tune in. People that you know that I don't know. They might like what I'm doing. You never know. They may even try the recipe. They may even try the recipe and make the recipe better. How about that? Or you try the recipe. That looked like enough green pepper. Orange pepper. And this is what I learned about peppers. Now, you guys may have knew this already, but I didn't know. I found out that I never knew what the difference between like the red, green, yellow peppers Or, you know, this is a big world we live in, so there are a lot of different varieties of things. And it's not necessarily just what you see locally. There's much more out there. So I was looking up peppers because, you know, I'm looking to see, is this low carb? Is this low carb? You know, and then I fell into some other information that the colorful peppers are actually the ones with the most nutrition. The green peppers, the reason why they green, go that way. The reason why they green is because they haven't ripened. They haven't ripened. I didn't know that. So when they start ripening, that's when they start turning whatever color they're going to be. Purple, green, purple, red, orange, yellow. And they're the ones that everybody knows if you've had them, they're sweet. And then I learned another thing about them. Dogs can have them. I didn't know that either.
He wants to go play basketball. I was saying it's okay.
So I didn't know that, I didn't know that animals could eat it either. You know, well, dogs. I'll go with dogs. I don't know about the others, but. So now I'm going to add some chopped parsley. I thought it was cilantro. This is parsley, but that does just as well. Cilantro would be stronger. I'm looking at the leaf now, and I said, no, this is not. Let me make sure. Yeah, this is fresh, organic parsley is what it is, and that's great because I like when I can get my hands on fresh. I prefer it over, you know, dried parsley. Which dried parsley, if that's what you have, it will work too. I don't think I'm going to use all this, but just the same. I got something else I'm going to cook, so this will work. And the last couple of things I'm going to add as far as veggies is going to be a little bit of this. You know, everybody know what these are, right? That's a habanero. But I'm not going to make it spicy. I'm just going to put a couple of slices in there just to kick it up a little bit. If you can't tolerate it, leave it out. Okay, so there's the parsley. Oh, I got it on there, right? Let's see how much half of that looks like. Because parsley can be strong. But it's very good for you. I think you can use it all for the amount of shrimp you got. If you've ever made tabbouleh, am I saying that right? Tabbouleh? That's what's mostly the ingredient. The main ingredient tabbouleh is parsley, one of the biggest ingredients. So now, we're going to go with this onion here. You know, don't I have some scallions? Yes. Can you find that for me? I think I would rather put a little bit of this onion, but I want the scallion. Just because it looks pretty. I might can get it. Hold on. You know where you put it?
Right there in the middle.
In the middle?
Should be, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Got some scallions. And I just got these yesterday.
Yeah.
And they weren't the prettiest, but we're going to use those. I think 2 would be enough because I got the onion in there. And you don't want to overburden your flavors with onion. So, 2 of them, right? So what I'm going to do is take off any parts that don't look savory and good. Chop off the backs, the part to the root. I'm going to rinse them off to get anything off that I don't want. And then I'm just going to keep chopping. Let me see. Get the top piece off. These are nice and tender. I might could use another one. I like onion. Some people don't. You don't like onion, leave it out. Use onion powder. That works better for you. But when you have all these pieces like this, I dropped the whole scallion and didn't see that. I'm going to put another one in here because I like it. I think I need another one. It's not enough to me because I got a lot of shrimp. Okay. Maybe we'll make that. I'll make some tabbouleh. Who told me about that was my mom. When she was alive, she ate that. I hear my loud chopping.
Make some ceviche.
Ceviche. Yeah, we can make. I have. Huh? Yeah. I'm going to do quite a few dishes for you. Got a lot of stuff. I know how to make a lot of stuff. Fish escovitch is another healthy meal for you. Can be. May have to change a couple of the ingredients, but generally speaking. So we're just looking at right here, we're looking at about 1/4 cup of onion. That's the way this turned out. Do I measure? No. I cook by eye. The only time I definitely measure is when I have to bake something, because you just can't fool around like that with bacon. Okay, so, and this is going to be pretty, you know, once the vinegar and everything hits it, it'll be just right. So here's our hot boy. Let's see if he's any good. Take his seeds out of him. That'll disarm him. So it's really there for color. I don't have any red pepper. Here's another one, but I'm not using this one. I used this the other day in the in my curry chicken, but oh my God, it's like that seed hit me in my throat, and I'm not even eating. The aroma went up my nose. I rinsed the seed down the throat, down the sink rather, and it went down my throat somehow, the smell of it. So you know this is a habanero, don't play. And so my grandson that was just here, he knows how to make his own hot pepper sauce using these things. I used to just buy the habaneros used. You know, they sell you as a big old pack. Usually I want the Scotch bonnets, but those are hard to find. So you end up with the habanero. And I would buy it, right? And just use, like, I would make eppies, or I would make, I haven't used them in sofrito, but you can. But I would make eppies, right? And I would use them for a little something else. And then I would end up with like 15 or 20 of them, like they just sitting there. Or I would try to freeze them. And the next thing you know, they spoil, or they come out the freezer, they're not usable. And I'm like, that was a waste. So I knew how to make pepper sauce, but just being lazy. But he eats, and then like I don't tolerate hot pepper sauce. My stomach, like I used to, doesn't tolerate it. I can't do it. But he can. So he likes to do that. And he'll sit there and eat the whole jar. Takes him about a month, but he'll do it. So that's what we have. Look at that colorful assortment. I think we have just about everything. I'm not going to use garlic. You ever see the garlic in the refrigerator section is chopped up? That'll just be too much. I think I'm going to use garlic powder. I don't think Tandra put the garlic powder out, did she? Yes, she did. Okay, so we're going to start seasoning now with some, I'm going to use these things here. I don't know why I don't like to. But anyway, we're going to do a teaspoon of Himalayan salt, pink salt. I don't want much more than that. I don't want my food to be salty. I can't stand that. All right, so that was a teaspoon of Himalayan salt. We're going to hold back on the cayenne pepper because I got the habanero in there. This is onion powder. We got onions in there, but it's okay. Onion powder won't hurt a little bit. So we'll just go with like a half a teaspoon of onion powder since we already got onions in there. And this is the garlic powder. And it's just what I have in the house. Because I like the bag, the one you buy at Bulk Nation, better. We don't have any garlic, anything in there. We don't want a lot. So I'm going to go with a half a teaspoon of garlic. Just so give you an idea. Okay. What else did I want? Some smoked paprika. I think I showed you guys this before. And I hope this call don't cut off the live. Hold on. All right. So, okay, I'm back. Those calls do that. So this right here is smoked paprika, and it comes from Bulk Nation. That's the name of the store we have around us. There's many different names. But you know those stores that you go into and you can buy loose flour, loose gluten. They have the nuts and the candy. It's that type of store. So we're going to use half a teaspoon of that because this smoked, maybe even less. This smoked paprika is very strong. But that would be about a half a teaspoon. That's it. I don't even want that much, actually. Then I am going to, where's my brags? Oh, here. Now something like this is according to your taste. This is the apple cider vinegar. I'm thinking I might like to try a little bit in there too, some Dijon. And in here I have that mixture that I use for my cookies, and this is just the coconut sugar mixed with the monk fruit stevia, and that'll take away some of that. It'll give a nice sweet salty combination. Well, it won't be salty, but you know what I'm saying. Balance it out. Sugar is to balance it out. With this apple cider vinegar, first I'm going to stir up. Let's stir up these ingredients first, just to make sure that everything looks like it might be all right here. If you can't use the salt, like if it's not going to work for you, then don't. But see, this is going to be divided among 4 people. So I found the shrimp I didn't chop. Let's taste one of the shrimp just to make sure of the seasoning before I go further. Uh-oh. The habanero not playing. It's kicked up. But what's gonna fix that is the mayonnaise and the vinegar. So I got it in my hand. Do I measure? No. I only want a spot on, which that's going to be about a tablespoon of vinegar. All right. And then we're going to put a little bit of this. Let's try a teaspoon. That's a half a tablespoon. Let's try a teaspoon of this Dijon mustard. Get the liquid out. That's a heaping teaspoon. And mix that around. Now, I've never done that, the Dijon mustard, so we'll see. My daughter was saying she thought it would be good. And then we're going to put a couple of squeezes of some fresh lemon juice in here. Where the other piece of lemon is? That wasn't hitting on nothing. This one here. Let me cut that. It's too big. Okay. This is my trusty lemon squeezer. I must have had this about 10 years. All right, so let's see. And some people will stop right there. You don't really have to have. I like the greens. I like that much green because I'm going to put mayonnaise in it. But if you weren't going to add mayonnaise, you could cut back on some of the vegetables. This was going to be your finished product. Let's see this time what it tastes like. That's good right there. That Dijon mustard, if I do say so myself, it gives it a nice kick, but I'm going to tell you, because I like hot and spicy, it's okay. But some people, you will leave a habanero out or just use half. That's for real. I'll be right back. Getting some mayonnaise. So, I don't cook with anything else but Hellmann's. I just don't. This is the eye, so we got a heaping. We're going to do like 2 tablespoons of that. I don't want to go. That's a little bit more, you could tell. But it is what I say it is at this time. It's according to how much mayonnaise you want. And once again, you know it's 4 people, so you're not going to sit and consume all that. Now, the one thing I didn't put was the combination for the sweetener. And let me see. I'm going to put about half a teaspoon. That's all I put of the sugar. And you need the sugar to balance it out. If you don't like this much green, cut it back. But we happen to like all that celery and stuff. It's good. Need a little bit more sugar. Just to give it that really nice. You know too, as this sits and the flavors marry, that's that word. You know, so you don't want to go too far, because once if it gets to sit, then you have like, it's more concentrated. Okay, now I do have to taste one more piece just to see if it's right. That's enough. It really did. It really did come together nicely. Where it's not. It is, I'm not going to lie to you, the habanero is spicy, but it's not the kind of spice that is unbearable. It's just there. Some people don't like. What I do want, I must say, I do want a little bit more Dijon mustard. I do. Because it's just that good. The Dijon just is that good. So it comes out to be 2 teaspoons, 2 heaping teaspoons. No. What is this? I can't see without my glasses. Yeah, 2 teaspoons. I did one already. And that was a piece of celery. So here's the second one. That Dijon mustard, it really does. Thanks, Sandra, for that tip. It knocked the ball out the park. So we don't really have to mess with that. I was thinking vinegar, but no, the Dijon mustard. Nicole. Coley is on here. Coley. I miss you. Oh, that picture that you put out of Paprika was awesome. That just lit up my spirit. She getting big, growing fast. Let's try it again. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's good. Oh, man, it hit you right. Right back in the throat. And that's what we like. Here, Nicole, look. Everybody. That shrimp salad. And that thing got my eyes watering because honestly, that's what I like. But it's not burning my mouth. That's what I really like. The habanero is in there, but it's not messing nothing up. It's just perfect. So now we're going to move the bowl. You guys got to see that. And then I'm going to try to clean up this area. And then I'm going to show you how I cut up these tortillas. This really is what kicked off that shrimp salad. Tandra. Hey, Tandra. I was thinking about you when, since you asked me what gym that was when I had the boxing video. So I was thinking about you. I said, oh, yeah. Tandra did ask me what gym. And that we had an awesome time this morning. It's iced tea. How you doing? We had a good time. You were saying like you were looking into a workout program. Well, it would have worked you out this morning. I'm telling you, from there I went to CrossFit right after. So it's a constant hustle. But it gave me the ability to have the energy I got right now to do this. Because I was already on it. When I left, I said, okay, you could do a live now when you get home. And you don't feel tired. Not at all. Okay. So what I'm about to do. So Tandra, what I'm doing today is making, what I did was make a shrimp salad. So let me show you, because you didn't get a chance to see it. This is the finished product. And I went through the vegetables and everything, all the ingredients with everybody on here. And it is awesome. It's delicious. It has fresh parsley and fresh celery, organic celery. I wish I had the organic part. I don't think that was organic parsley. It might have been, but I don't think so. So, and it had onions and scallion and things like that. Okay. This is the Mission Low Carb Tortilla. So this is a nice little lunch, you know, or dinner even, that you can make. So this one, it looked kind of raggedy. So this is perfect for making the chips. And they come like this, and I'm going to just... Do you want yours as chips or a wrap?
I don't want no wrap.
Oh, you doing... Ask him if he want a wrap or chips, because I don't know how many to cut up. But anyway, they're like about that big. Oh, okay, yes, the replay will be in there. And also, Tandra, I started my... Everyone that's on here, I started my YouTube channel, and it's called Eat Well and Live Happy. I got to keep practicing that. Because I be wanting to say eat good, eat healthy. You know, it's eat well and live happy.
He said he want a wrap.
Oh, he want a wrap. Do you want your wrap toasted or?
Surprise me. Because this is my first time eating a wrap with shrimp. Ooh, it looks good. What shrimp is that? Right.
So you want this I think toasted is better.
Okay,
Not all the
toasted.
way, but
Okay,
toasted. Okay. You want one or two?
I'm mixing mine with this.
Okay, so I just
Mixing
put...
mine with this.
Yeah.
1 second, y'all. I'm just putting his wrap. I put Eddie's wrap in the
Yeah.
air fryer.
Rip.
No. You know what? Put his wrap in the toaster oven. Yeah, I'm going to put it in the toaster oven. I'm going to put these chips in the air fryer. Because for me, I prefer the chips of it. And then the toaster oven, you don't let it go till it's,
What you do? Crispy up them up?
I'm making chips out of it. Especially one of them needs to be toasted. So that's all I'm doing. Making triangles and cut it like that. And then I'll put them in the air fryer. And so you have these little, like, you know, they're all about equal size, so to speak. And then when you take them and lay them down in the air fryer, you could throw a little bit of sea salt if you want. You don't have to, but you could put your little oil. Like I may put some, could you plug it up for me? Oh. I may put some, a little spoonful, not a spoonful, a little drab of coconut oil. And that gives it a little bit of sweetness. So once these are nice and crisp, I'll show how they look. What I'm going to do is put them on a plate. This will be my plate. And then I'll take his and make his wrap. And then I'm going to just, I think I'll just put some lettuce around it. Who knows? That part I wasn't sure about. Really wasn't. I was going to use some of this, y'all. This is chili garlic sauce, but we can't use this because the habanero is in there. So we got to put this back in the refrigerator. Trying to talk about burn your whole butter. You're going to burn, oh, is that okay?
That's why
I put it in the refrigerator. So let me tell y'all that I had an idea I was gonna do last night. It was a low carb pasta thing, a dish, but I was so tired I couldn't do it. I came in from them two butt whipping workouts and I took a nap. I had to. I didn't have a choice. I wanted to stay up, but my body shoot like that. So I woke up in time to eat dinner by 6:30, and that was it. So this morning when I got up, I had energy to do everything. But yeah, we're going to do a lot of things together. I sure hope you tune in, and especially to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is what did I say? Eat good and, no.
Eat good and live healthy?
Live healthy. Yeah, eat well.
Eat well.
Eat well, live healthy.
Right.
Now, I probably going to change that twice. But just go in there and look and see. It's eat well, live healthy. Please subscribe. You know I ain't together. I'm trying. I'm getting there. But it's eat well, live healthy. And on that channel, my goal is to just have a community of friends and family and people who are looking, eat well and live healthy. Yes, that's it. That's it. Why? Okay, that's it. So it's my goal to have a community of people who not so much want to call themselves keto, because look, I've done that. Vegetarians, I've done that. Whatever, I was almost vegan. Okay, so it's all good. Whatever. I'm not trying to lock anybody into any particular regime because I'm not locked in one. My thing is to eat well and live healthy. That's why that name came. So because I love to eat, that's just the way it is. That's how I went up to 242 pounds. I was darn near hitting 250 because not all of it was from how I ate, or some of it was, it's hormonal, certain things. Some of it was just bad timing, like you eat at a certain time of night. And when you eat at night, that food, even now, if I eat, it's like, 4:15, I have to really taper my food down by 6:30. Okay, if I want to take off weight, my particular metabolism will allow me to reduce weight if I cut the food, eating the heavier food out by 6:30. Then, when I get on the scale, if I do that straight for a week, and I'm exercising like I'm supposed to and drinking my water in there, a plate's in there, and drinking my water, I'll take weight off because the body has a chance to digest the food. But if you for me, I'll speak about myself, eat 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, I used to wake up sick in the middle of the night, stomach sick. And I didn't want to, I want a nicer plate than that. Can you just give me a glass plate? My stomach was sick. And I didn't feel well in the morning. So it got to be to a point where I was sleeping. I mean, if I really told my testimony, you know, my daughter would have to get me out the bed. And I couldn't get out the bed. I couldn't get in the bed by myself. It was bad. But God redeemed me from that curse. He said he wanted 1 or 2.
He didn't say how many.
Okay, so this is his toasted wrap. Yeah, okay. Put those in there. Eddie, you want 1 wrap or 2?
Okay.
He wants 2. We're going to make this one right now. So, if I give myself a chance to allow the food to digest, then I will, and I do it regularly by stopping my intake at least 6:30. Now, it's not to say I don't have anything. I may have like a, maybe a protein shake or a protein bar. I shouldn't, because, you know, I don't need 200 calories worth of a protein bar at that time of night. But sometimes I get greedy. So what I was going to do is invite people to join me on a mission, because although you got that in there, here, use some of this coconut oil. I want a little bit. You know where it's at? Although I took off 105 pounds, but it's a daily challenge. It's a work in progress. It's never, you have never arrived. You're still on a journey, and it's different. It changes as you make different accomplishments. That's enough. And I put a little bit of salt. As you make as you accomplish different goals along the way, the journey, the goals change and the journey change a little bit, but it's still a journey. You can never stop. You can never quit. You can never say, well, I lost 105 pounds, and I'm there. Nope. Because the cells in my body still know that I was 242 pounds, so they didn't forget. And because they didn't forget, they're not going to be merciful and allow me to eat. I would go to, what's that pizza store connected to Little Caesars. And I knew I was getting sick then. I knew something metabolically, because I'm a registered nurse. I've worked with people who have end-stage renal disease, and because of hypertension and things that they did in life and stuff. Sometimes it's what they did, sometimes they can't help it, but a lot of times it's lifestyle and the way we eat. And so when your body starts to fail you, certain signs will happen. And I knew when I would eat a pizza, Little Caesars, I could eat the whole thing. I'd buy 3 and 4 boxes and say the family was eating them, but I ate the whole one of them myself.
When?
And I would sit on the couch after I eat 3 or 4 slices. It used to be on a Sunday, you know, after church, you don't feel like cooking or whatever. And I couldn't wake up. I'd fall into a sleep. A carb coma. That's what I call it now. I used to go, you know, now, let me tell you. Because I don't eat the carbs, I know when I go to a restaurant, if I were to indulge in the bread and the different type of carbs, they have the rice and everything, that's what happens. I get into a carb coma. I'm sensitive to carbs. Not everybody is, but that's what it was for me. So I knew then when I'd eat that pizza and I doze off, I said, this isn't good. And I didn't know what to do about it. But I told that story the other day, and I may embark upon that again about how this all started. So I just wanted to, and the funniest thing is that me doing these lives, I didn't know how much I like to talk. I just figured, like, how am I gonna do this? You know, people, they might type something, but you know, I can't hear nothing. So, but I enjoy this. God has obviously given me something that I need to share. You want pickles, Eddie?
Pickles are hot.
Hot.
I don't get this kind of stuff.
Anyway, he's given me the opportunity to share. And it's not about me. It's about
Me.
helping others to realize that it's not impossible. Okay, so I'm going to show you Eddie's plate. He has these two tortillas. And what I'm going to do, excuse me a minute, I'm going to put some lettuce on it. Just to give him a little bit more.
And pickles.
And the pickles, all right. This that way. I'm not going to do, you want any more lemon juice squeezed on it?
No lemon juice.
What I do with the pickles over here?
I don't want it juicy all out. I want to eat any juice.
Take this for me.
And need some for the...
Here's Eddie, everybody.
Wait for her to get hers first.
Yeah, take that, put that to the side for me. Here he is. These to be gone in under
Not bragging. Just give me
60
some.
seconds. So I'm just gonna garnish the side of his with pickle. You want a big one or a small one?
I don't know. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Very little salt was used, I mean,
Right.
in the preparation. So you can have this, the sodium in the the low carb tortillas is not that bad either. You get 2,000 milligrams a day, they say, to stay within the guidelines. But however, I try to stay under that. Sorry, y'all. Oops, my phone fell. All right, so let me hold this up instead of moving it. There you have it. That's not bad. I think that came off pretty good. These are toasted. If you want to add more color, you can throw some more peppers up there.
Yeah.
Or, we don't use tomato too much, but you could put a little tomato if you thought about you wanted more. Spinach works with this as well. There you go.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
So that plate is gone. Next is going to be the one with the... So let me cut a little bit of pickle right now. There it is. I'm using this tripod that has short legs. The one that I use during the day is a different one. This is the one that I keep at the house, and it has short legs, so it can't, the weight of the phone tipped it over. But we back. I'm trying to think what else would be fun to put with this. I don't know.
More toasted.
A little bit more. She's toasting the
It's hot. Gotta be careful.
she's toasting the tortilla chips. So 2 more seconds or a minute or so, and they will be on my plate. So I think my next, I don't know, I was looking at making a nice, we got some chicken again. I was thinking about making a nice chicken.
It's flying into that fan, I think.
Okay, so here, pour them in here.
Flying into that fan.
They're not really, some of them not, they all right. I'll live with it.
I keep hearing them go into the fan and see it's
Yeah,
breaking
that's
them
the
up in
thing
little
with
pieces.
the air fryer. Sometimes it'll grab them. Okay, so we have, I'm going to show you that. Come on, phone, don't do no tipping. All right. No, I eat them little crunchies.
You want them?
Yep. So I'm draining off a lot of the liquid because I don't like all that liquid. And you just put it right there in the center. So this is like it's like a, that's it.
Garnish?
Yeah, what is that?
A little crunchy.
Oh yeah, the little crunchy garnishes. You could do it, you don't really have to.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put, just to make it look really pretty, a little bit more, some not mixed in. All right. So, there we have it. It's a nice little lunch, a little light lunch. All right. How y'all think this, does that look good? Would you eat it? I'm going to try it right now. Since you're not sure if you would eat it. Let's see. Tandra, I think she's going to have hers over pasta. I don't do the pasta unless it's the low carb. Let's see. It's really good. And the spice from the habanero is perfect. I didn't put any black pepper. I didn't use any pepper. And once again, if that habanero is too hot for you, you're not particularly a pepper person, I use this whole thing. But I took the seeds out and rinsed it and finally chopped it, and to me, it's perfect. So, I enjoyed you guys. Once again, Eat Well and Live Healthy on YouTube. Please stop by, like, share, subscribe, and that way you'll be sure to get notification whenever I come live. I'm going to try to do lives like twice a week minimum. But knowing me, it may be 3 or 4. But my minimum is going to be about twice a week. And that way, we can embark on a journey together. Now, before I get off, I want to say this. If you're interested in joining me when I begin my macro count. Macro count, I don't know how many people are familiar with macro, but Tandra burnt me, y'all. Y'all may have to come and rescue the elderly. Rescue the elderly because she here burning me. She burned me with that
It wasn't on purpose.
the FI. But anyway, macros are your carb, proteins, and your fats. I don't know how many people are familiar, but they are something you can count and manipulate your food to match what you're trying to do. So I use something like Carb Manager. There are different apps that you can use that help to count your macros. There's this particular, I don't like to use the word diet, but it's a fad that was going around. I'll say it's a fad, but it kind of like makes sense. It's not keto and it's not any of that, but it's called If It Fits My Macros. So FIIFMM. I think those are the how it goes, if it fits my macros. So some people have used that to manipulate to where they eat what they want to eat as long as it fits their macros. I would say use it intelligently so that you could train your metabolism to begin to work. A lot of times we eat one meal a day and think we're doing all right, but that's how our metabolism begins to slow down. So when you do something like carb counting or trying to make it fit, manipulate it to lose weight or to burn fat or to gain. Some people do it for gain. They're weight lifters like our body builds. So it may be a phase where I want to put on muscle, so I'll eat a little extra carb. It'll keep track. But it is imperative that you weigh your food. That's another step. I don't think you can do it as well just by eyeing it. You do, unless you use specific recipes that have already calculated your macros. That's different. You could plug it into the carb manager or whatever app you're using, and it'll tell you per serving what your macros actually are, and it'll list it for you. But a lot of times you're making your own food from scratch. You may need to use a scale that will go, count your ounces or your grams. But it's really not that hard. Once you get started with it, you get to see how much you were eating. So like if you were eating a sweet potato, but your carbs say that you can't have the whole sweet potato. You could have a quarter a cup. That's when you learn, okay, to lose the weight that I want to lose, I can't have the whole sweet potato. I'm going to have a quarter of a cup or however many grams that is. So I'm going to talk about it some more later. Right now I'm hungry.
Yeah, you
on the camera. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later and give more information and what carb counter, what macro counter I'll be using. And if you guys, and if you have to buy it, it's free. And if you would like to join me, we can start on a certain date, end on a certain date, and see how much whatever we want to do, lose weight or whatever it is, okay? It's certainly been fun hanging out with you. I hope you try this recipe and enjoy. How did it taste, Eddie?
Real good.
Come over.
What?
I meant to tell, I have to put him on because he knows.
It's going good. Very good.
It was a little spicy.
Yeah, it's good though. That's good.
Was it the kind of spicy that make you mad?
No, it's good. Good.
Okay, so it's a good spicy. See,
Tastes like more.
tastes like more. He's the one you want when you got your food. When you testing out a recipe, that's one. All right, y'all. Thank you for spending this time with me. I truly enjoyed you. Once again, eat well and live healthy. Talk to you later.